when I opened my water bill from the city of Rochester today, there was a flyer insert in there that I thought was a good reminder for everybody. So it says, steer clear of losing your license. This is from Mayor Malik Evans. So basically it says, if you have a ticket or you get a ticket, make sure that you take the appropriate action so you do not lose your license. So when you get a ticket, you want to make sure that you reply to it, and you want to plead either guilty or not guilty on that, and then you want to make sure that you pay your fine. If you don't do any of these things, you are at risk for having your license suspended. You would be amazed at how many motor vehicle reports we run that there is a suspension on there, and it's always following a ticket, and it's just because the person did not respond to that ticket. So what happens is when they got the ticket, they lost it, or they just thought that the problem would go away on its own. It will not. So make sure that you follow the steps and respond to that ticket appropriately. And you want to make sure that you update your mailing address with the DMV, because any correspondence is going to be sent to the address that is with the motor vehicle department. So, because a lot of times what happens is people say, well, geez, I never got any correspondence that I was at risk of losing my license or that I had to pay a fine. So you just want to, ensure that your address is updated correctly with the DMV. So do not let administrative errors prevent you from getting the best rate on your auto insurance. The worst case is when someone calls us and they don't even know that their license is suspended, and we have to be the bearer of bad news. No company that we work with will write somebody who has an actively suspended license. So we will not be able to provide insurance for that person until they get that corrected with the DMV. Now, the other problem is if you even have a suspension in your history. A lot of people think once they pay the fine and everything goes away, it just is erased from your driving history. That is not the case. That suspension stays on there. Even though your license is active, it still indicates that at one point in time your license was suspended. As soon as you have that suspension on there, we have one company that we require underwriting approval in order to write you with them. So even though the ticket might be outside of the look back window, usually a 3 to 5 year period, if your suspension falls closer to that period, the insurance company will review the account, and it could give them a reason not to write your insurance. So even though that might be the best rate for you, they could deny you based on that suspension. So don't let silly mistakes, administrative errors prevent you from getting the best rate on your insurance. I hope you found this tip helpful. Thank you, Mayor Evans, for the friendly reminder in everybody's water bill, and we'll talk to you soon.